Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all doing great today. I have some more useless information for y'all in the form of a word search puzzle. So let's see. Oh, look at this, the secret origin of comic books. I think we'll do that one. Let's see. Yeah, we will do that one. All right, let's smooth this lighting a little. I'm in my living room and this lighting is a little bit tricky because it's not my usual setup, and sometimes the overhead light that I'm using, I don't like it to form a glare on here. But I also want you guys to be able to see everything so that y'all can find the words with me as well. So if you're not familiar with this puzzle book, it's fairly new. I think I did a few puzzles in it already, but it gives us a useless fact, and I'm gonna read the paragraph here and then we find the words in relation to that useless fact. Okay, so this is the secret origin of comic books. In the 1920s and 30s, comic strips were among the most popular sections of newspapers and were often reprinted later in the book form. In 1933, a sales manager in Waterbury, Connecticut, hit on a winning format: 36 pages of color comics in a size similar to modern comics. Famous Funnies, a Carnival Comics, was considered the first true comic book. Demand from reprinted strips outshipped supply, and publishers began introducing original material into comic books. So, definitely interesting. We're gonna start finding the words now. So I'm not into comic books at all. I definitely recall a time when I would briefly skim comics in the newspaper. I honestly cannot remember the last time I bought a newspaper, or even if I didn't buy it, skim through a newspaper. You know, we can get all of our news is right at our fingertips. And even if you're a fan of your local newspaper, chances are they may have an online version of it, which I know is absolutely not the same. But yeah, we have all news at our fingertips, and I'm really just not a news person. I do not watch the news. I don't even before social media and everything was at our fingertips, I was never really buying like the daily news every day, you know, a daily news newspaper every day. So doesn't really make a difference to me whether it's online or in my hand. I didn't really care about newspapers. But I do recall, you know, skimming a newspaper and checking out comics or whatever the little comic strips they had. Some of them were funny, some of them I didn't really care about. I would also look at the horoscope. That used to be like the first thing I would check, is the horoscope. I don't know about everybody else, like if you're into astrology and horoscopes, but I would always read like my horoscope, and then I would always read like whether I had a boyfriend at the time, or like I had a crush, I would read their horoscope too. Like I really thought I was doing something. It was just fun. It was fun. But comic books, never into it, still not into it. Yeah, it's just not my thing. And yeah, the newspaper is probably like the only place that I have read a comic book. I can't recall ever reading like a full comic book front to back. It's adapted. Even though I don't like I don't read a newspaper or anything, I do hope, because I feel like we will get to a place where they no longer publish newspapers. And I hope that doesn't happen, because I know the importance of, well, I know how I feel about books in general, right? Like, we have so many different, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, knew I saw a word. We have so many different places online that we can read books. We can buy books online. We can rent them. You can even listen to it, an audiobook. And nothing is the same as having a physical copy of a book. For me. So for the newspaper lovers and even comic book lovers, I hope we don't get to a place where, you know, physical copies are like rare, or they no longer make them. I don't see that happening for a long time, because so many people are collectors of physical copies of work. But everything is so everything is online. Everything is so tech savvy and internet based. And even with music, when I was younger, I used to collect CDs all the time. There was such a joy in buying a CD from like my favorite artist, whether it be like a single. I remember I used to buy singles where they just had like one song, or if it was a full-on album. But it was so much fun, and it was so nice. And then for a while I stopped, and you know, everything's digital. But I definitely started back up again and collecting CDs, cassette tapes. Yes, cassette tapes. And vinyls. I mentioned this before. My mom gave me a vinyl player. She actually had for years, and she never used it. And she gave it to me, and I love it because it has everything. It has vinyls. You can play vinyls. You can play 45s, right? 45s are the smaller ones, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That's before my time. But vinyls, it plays CDs. It plays cassettes. It has a radio, like a radio, okay? I haven't listened to the radio in years, but I definitely turn the radio on at times. And it has some little places that you can put a USB in. So if you have other devices to connect to it, it's awesome. But the other day I was cleaning my kitchen. I was like really deep cleaning my fridge, and I turned the radio on, and it was just so cool. Because I'm really used to having Spotify. I love Spotify. I'm really used to having Spotify, and I love Alexa. So I have Alexa, and I have Alexa play my music, and I tell her to skip a song or play this or play that. So it's very funny when I put a CD on that record player that I have. If I put a record on or I put a CD on, and I can't just say, Alexa, skip. I have to actually go to it and skip it. But anytime I play like a vinyl or a CD, that's another thing. I let it play through. Even if it's a song I don't like, I just let it play through. And that's like the beauty of vinyls and CDs, especially vinyls, because you never really know where a song ends at. So you kind of just play it all the way through. I think this is, yeah, here we go, Price. Yeah, we came from comic books to music. I'm not a comic book person, but I am definitely a music person. Popular, yes. Yes, I definitely started collecting CDs. There's really nothing like owning that body of work. There has been a very few amount of songs and extremely few amount of albums that I have bought digitally. If I want to pay for music, like pay for a whole album, then I want like the actual physical copy. If you know what I mean? Like I want the physical copy because it's mine. It's mine to keep, to store, to play, and I don't have to worry about some app. Like I have to have this app to listen to this album that I bought with my own money. So that's just like one of the perks, one of the advantages of like buying a physical copy of music. I'm looking for Planet and Premiums. I'm trying to finish off this little row here. Here goes Premiums. Okay, Premiums. Okay. I mentioned Alexa. I'm in my living room, and I have Alexa in my room and the living room, but my Alexa in the living room has recently, I keep it out because it started kind of messing up, like getting muffled. I haven't contacted, I contacted Amazon. It's out of my warranty, but I wanted to contact like Amazon or someone else that I can speak to in regards to see what I can do about my Alexa that's not really working great. But I keep her out. But if she was plugged in, as soon as I say Alexa, she starts talking. And sometimes I forget that. So I could be watching a show or anything on anything. I could be watching anything. And somebody says Alexa on there, on a TV or my laptop or whatever, then she starts talking. So we got size, strips, supplements, team, text, and writer. I found writer. Here we go. Text. Okay, I'm looking for text. I'm gonna move on and look for team. Here goes team. this book is not, it's not as like too many words, like where this is too tiny, but it's also not that much more words than my other book, and I feel like this one takes so much longer to find the words. Usually within this time I would have done like 2 or 3 puzzles already. Here goes size, strips, supplements, and text. Text is just going to be one of those words. Supplements, strips. One more word. Heel strips. Well, we're done. So there we go. The secret origin of comic books. Very useless information for me. I actually forgot what I read. It's always interesting, but some of it I'm like, yeah, I don't care, or it's not that interesting. This was okay. Yeah, this was okay. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video is a little bit shorter than what I usually do, but yeah, these puzzles, this book takes a little longer to do one puzzle than my other one, so I'm just gonna end it here. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a great night, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're at. And most importantly, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.